Welcome back after a really, really long break. It's been 45 minutes, so I didn't guess correctly. We're in the draft. The draft has already started between, I remind you, Regnum for Games and Heiwa Definitely Not Filled. Regnum for Games we've seen previously with an outstanding, clear, correct performance, clear gameplay. Heiwa, we're yet to discover their strengths. So, moving to draft. What do you have to say, Josh?
It's gonna be a fun game because of two friends of mine playing against each other on bot lane. Well, we have support and bot lane with Yushia and Xeli. But I'm expecting a Ragnar for games generally a bit more structured. They have like this calmer mid lane I've been playing a lot, which will be interesting if they pull it out again. While Heiwa definitely not filled has a lot of chaotic gameplay. I mean, they have players who are ready to go for crazy picks. So let's see how they're gonna answer a Sejuani B1. That one is interesting. But we're just gonna go
That's
Maokai and
one of a
Caitlyn here.
staple Nikiri picks, Sejuani.
Yeah, but it's like Chandel was, I guess. I mean, what was available, but Maokai generally also just very chill because he can just scale into it and play with the Caitlyn range. So well, I said chaotic draft, but so far this makes perfect sense. You play with high range and disengage.
Yes, and I think we might get to see Kaisa again with Sejuani. We've seen this setup before. Or we can just see Ornn. Let's go. We like to see
Means
that.
that they will have a very weak top side to be fair. With on Sejani. So if you play a strong top laner here, this top laner can freely scale. So optimally, you get a top laner that's generally good into on, but still scales very well in this game and can split push later on. Then you're very happy. I think it's Natalie on top lane for her, definitely not filled, and she has been sometimes even pulling out stuff like Yone bot lane, which I personally don't necessarily think is viable on bot lane, but it is on top lane. So she could pull it out, and we see the Karma again. So that means Yunara so far not picked. The question is, did they just pick the Caitlyn because they are anticipating the Yunara pick, so they will not ban it, or will they decide to now ban it in the second rotation? Oh, and it's gonna be Sahan. And
Yeah, again,
yeah, that will be
Zahan.
top lane into on. Hey, that's great. It's the perfect pick to be honest in a double tank because you can stack your passive for the
Right.
revive. You can generally scale up and oh, Eloy. Okay, that's even worse.
Ilaoi. Oh, wow.
Ugh.
I've heard
Actually,
that picking Ilaoi on competitive should be bannable offense.
yeah, disgusting champ. Although it has seen its ways of like struggling to be fair. Um, Due to the fact that I mean actually beginning of the season when they widened the lanes, yeah, it's kind of doomed Eli, and then they buffed her in some ways that didn't really fix the core issue. Uh, and since then, I barely have seen Ilaoi generally, so it's gonna be interesting to see that. But here, for sure, very, very nice pick. And I talked about Inara. Will it be banned? Won't it be banned? It is banned. And on the other side, Requiem for Games, they're just banning out support picks, mainly like options that bring in a lot of pressure. I mean, Nico is such a strong support pick because it gives you pressure and is a very strong and annoying engage. So definitely a good ban. Another question: do they want to ban out something like, for example, Lux, or do they just want to? Okay, there's the Lux. Never mind.
They
Did not
definitely
even
want to
let
ban
me
Lux,
finish.
Nika,
Makes
because
sense.
Regnum is they know that Safira is not really a support player. Safira supporting in Heiwa right now is really a mid laner, so they
Oh,
will ban Nicolax, and in response, Safira will probably be looking for a mage for an oppressive, really oppressive, dealing a lot of damage support, like Zyra, which is annoying.
Leathergook. Yeah, that's a very annoying. I
And
mean,
they
this is
lock it in.
that is the high pressure
They have two
support.
plants in their team,
You
by
know.
the way.
Oh, true, true.
So you gotta like get, I don't know, brand maybe, burn them. Definitely
Would
not
make
Nami.
sense.
Don't get
Makes
Nami.
sense. Well, Nami's bad.
Oh right, crisis averted.
Savior. I actually like Savior here. Very, very nice pick to deal with stuff like Maokai ult later on, and just generally to remove Caitlyn traps. Oh, and
That
Seraphine
that
here,
is
honestly
nice.
huge. But the only okay, Kiana's banned, so that's a champ out. That's something I was instantly thinking of. But generally, you have Lilium on mid lane, R5ing here for Heiwa, definitely not filled.
I expect action.
And she is actually not filled. Well, action is also banned.
I
So
am blind.
yes, but I think she still plays stuff like Talon, for example, because with Seraphine Karma, it's yet again an angle to just build the anti-shield item, which is his name, of course, slipped my mind yet again. Exactly, I just thought about the name. Serpent's Fang, yes. Holy, okay, I forgot it in the moment I wanted to say it. Whatever. Anyway, let's see. Oh, it's
It's
Kale. So,
Kale. Okay, so they are
okay.
going for this don't play these champions in competitive meta with Kale, Maokai, and Ilaoi. Okay. I
Question
see you.
here is because Kale is, I would say, not that good into Karma, can receive waves and everything, but it's very good into On. Is it actually allowing mid?
That's a good question. But I know that Lilium is mid laner at heart, so I doubt she'll go top, especially into the Juani one. I don't think it's playable. I
I
think
mean,
they'll just go in Ilaoi top, Kale mid. I don't expect any sudden changes, to be detrimental.
yeah, I mean, we'll see about this because the Kale pick kind of caught me off guard. Ilaoi is like perfect into this On Sedrani combo because you could just never kill her. But yeah, I think they also one thing they're realizing as well, which always has been the issue of Ragnar 4 Games comps, there's still not a lot of damage coming in from them. So Ilaoi, for example, has a lot of ways to heal up when you engage onto her, or especially when she's in side lane as well. Like, how are you gonna deal with Ilaoi in side lane? But I guess they are also just picking the Kale because they're like, let's just chill and scale, and Kale later on is gonna split push, and who is gonna answer her? So yeah.
Right, and here I hope again we will see the same thing with grabs. So taking grabs just so the opponent doesn't take them, because grabs with Kale, with Ilaoi, that will be hard to deal with.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I actually really like the draft from Heiwa, definitely not filled. I think they're also one of the favorites to win this tournament. I think I'm really eyeing them and Black Lion. So Regnum 4 Games, they need to bring the A game here. I think the draft like is again like all around one carry, but this time they don't have the Yunara. Which honestly, Yunara, that champ is so strong in competitive. But now it's banned. Now you have a Sivir, which is not necessarily a bad champ, still scales well, so it's gonna deal a lot of damage. But it still is not gonna be as effective as a Yunara, and you still will have a lot of trouble dealing with two side laners just pushing in. So we'll see how this turns out. We'll see how Ragnar 4 Games is gonna deal with this. And also, I mean, that's another thing about Highway definitely not filled. They need to still not play the most over-aggressive early game. Yes, they have like Syra Caitlyn bot lane, but this is kind of like the only pressure point, and Maokai, Ilaoi, and Kale still want to kind of just scale up and chill.
Yeah, and just to remind our chat, both teams are actually 2-0, so they both both of the games. But Regnum, the average time of the games is 38 minutes, while for Heiwa it's 28. So as we can see, Heiwa really likes to end these games quickly, while Regnum really likes these games to last longer. And I think that is maybe the reason for the Kale pick, to just a little bit counter this strategy of waiting out until
Yeah,
their opponents just bleed out throughout the 30, 40, 50 minutes of the game.
yeah. Well, I think we're still waiting. We're still waiting for the teams to actually get into the client draft, and then after that, we're waiting for them to, well, go live. Because we have delay. So yeah. So then maybe also still to have a quick look at group B, like looking at Group B right now as well. I mean, this is going to be something very interesting. In fifth round right now, Black Lion is taking a break, but they're already 3-0, so they're very close to making that 4-0 if they beat Disability Pride Gaming in the fifth round. The only thing is, though, Disability Pride Gaming was still in game. They also are like right now 2-0 and could go 3-0, and we would have a similar scenario where there's gonna be a game for first place between Disability Pride Gaming and Black Lion. But yeah, we are starting to roll into draft between Ragnar 4 games and Heiwa definitely not filled. Like I said, as soon as they lock their champs, we are also still waiting to go into the game till it goes live, till the delay is over. You know, I kind of had in my head, what if it's somehow Kale support or something, but would not really make much sense. But it is Illaoi top lane in the end.
Oh, really? Because I barely see on the stream. Kale support is a personal favorite of mine. If you look at one of my accounts, I have like 30 or 40 games on Kale support play. Most of them won. That's a bragging moment. So, you know, if you want to have Kale support, hit me up. Hit me up.
I just think right now she's not. I mean, the W is kind of nice, but and the ult obviously is nice as a supportive tool. But she really just deals so much damage when she's in the carry position. It's kind of
Yeah, obviously. Like, that's
wasted
soft
on support.
hinting. Yeah, that's soft hinting if you pick her support, obviously.
Have been,
Mm,
I mean, in other game modes, I'm talking about Arena here, or well,
New
actually, I think
Aram.
it was only Arena. I mean, yeah, the ARAM as well, but I think there's not this specific build because you don't have all the items you have in Arena. I know in Arena there was one. I think you get like damage. There's this one where you get damage. The more like as soon as you have like there's a quest. As soon as you have a certain amount of healing or shielding done,
Mm.
I think you get like attack speed depending on your heal and shield power, and also damage. And Kale then also can get a healing where I think if you hit an auto attack, you heal others and can go for like a really crazy supportive build, which is a lot of fun. And in that way, she's also viable as a support because she's dealing a lot of damage, she's healing a lot, and just goes crazy. But yeah, that kind of build we will not have in Summer's Rift.
Yeah, because you have
Sadly.
this item that gives you attack speed and healing and shielding power in Arena.
Yeah,
I really think they should add it to Summoner's
would be
Rift.
fun.
It would be
I
fun,
mean,
but it would, let's be honest, it would be picked mostly by champions like Master Yi or something, or like auto attacking bruisers that heal a lot.
I mean,
But it
if
would
you
be a
bind
fun
it
spin.
to if you bind it because that's the thing, if you bind it to like heal and shielding power generally, so the more healing and shielding power you have, the better it is, then it would make more sense in champs like Kale because
Mm,
yes, okay, he could go it, but you would never want to go redemption or
right.
Mikael's. So, and I think that way you make it completely fine. It would be a fun addition to the game because it is also an item that kind of makes like can add creativity, but as long as it's balanced enough, you will never see it in pro play like this. So yeah, I would like to see that kind of item. We probably won't. I mean, they already announced what's happening in the next season, but yeah,
Right.
let's. That would be fun. That would make chaos support really viable.
Yeah, but it would be one of those items that we have currently that are just really for really specific champions, like experimental hexblade. I think you build it on like maybe 2 champions, 3 champions. I know
Yeah,
Nocturne, Virus top. I've seen it,
Vayne,
and this
Vayne
is
top as well.
oh okay, oh Vayne top, okay.
Yeah,
And I don't really know any others, so this would probably be the case.
yeah. They even tried to change this item so it's like better for more like champs, but still it's not really that insane. But yeah, well. Anyway, let's talk about this game because I'm pretty sure we won't see the Hexblade here. Let's see what else we are cooking. Kaelston base going Duran's shield. This time that makes a lot of sense because she's just gonna get poked out by the Karma. And you want to survive. And honestly, feels like but it probably will not be. Like on paper, this should be a very very boring early game because everything is like very defined in how it should play out. You should never gank the Ilaoi. Um, you want to scale with like Kyle and Ilaoi anyway, but at the same time, Regnum 4 Games doesn't have many engage tools, so what they want to look for is a bit more control and just taking stuff like dragons, while they kind of just handshake it on Heiwa, definitely not field side, and say, okay, take one or two, like 2 dragons, while we scale up and then we become active. But I'm saying all of this, that is how it should be. Probably won't be. We probably will still see a lot of chaos.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've noticed. I don't know if it's even intentional. If it is, it's kind of smart. But Karma bought only 1 potion instead of 2. And even if
Yeah,
it's intentional,
I think
it
it is.
makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Never
I mean,
seen anyone do that actually, but into Kale makes sense. Right off
yeah.
the bat, Safira and Yushia really huge chokehold on Sivir, but
Oh.
maybe it's the other way around actually. There's Ignite popped off and Caitlyn is forced to flash. Severa has to flash out also without barrier. She is really not safe. So both AD carries just 100 HP and
Yeah.
no ability to lane at all into 2 poke sports.
At least both have ways to heal up. Because we have Seraphya with the shield and we have fleet footwork for the Caitlyn. So there's ways to kind of like heal up, plus the potions ticking. But yeah, actually this like single potion strat is also something I'm sometimes doing in solo queue on support, for example, when I'm playing actually a lot of Cillian and there's some lanes. I mean, generally Cillian very high scaling jumps, so I like to get my items sooner. And there's some lanes where I really just don't need the potions, or I will recall and then get a refillable potion. But because I really love refillable potion, investing 150 gold to have like potions every time I base and
Yeah.
getting the most out of it. I really love this. So a lot of the lanes I actually just chill because I want to scale. I don't want to play aggressive, and I know that. So I only buy 1 potion, and it allows me to just get like my items quicker and actually puts me in good spots. So I think for Karma here, the same thing.
Do you
It's
miss
gonna get
Corrupt
her into good
Potion?
spots.
Are you one of those that played Corrupt Potion every game?
No, I mean,
Oh.
to be fair, I didn't play that much solo queue when it was.
Ah, okay.
I mean, I still like the item though. Kind of just I like having you kind of like these sustain ways to get more effective HP and like dragging out the lane. And it also was pretty OP because it got your mana back.
Oh, but really, like, there's a flash from Nikiri there.
Daring.
Really looking for an angle.
I mean, I like it. I like it. Going forward here.
Yeah.
I mean, you shed no flash. There was a chance to get a kill here.
It
But
was
in
a
the end, that also
millimeter
means
of difference.
it also means Maokai here is gonna get the scuttle. So that is obviously also. I mean, it's also generally a window, right? So Juani now had to use that window. The issue is if you don't succeed with it, that's very bad news because the Juani is really your only big engage tool right now, or like generally, even later on, because Seraphine even relies on your Sejuani to go deep to extend the Anchor. So if she has no flash, that means that is a really huge window for Hyra definitely not filled to chill and be able to just scale up, unless you're gonna get ganked in a double tank top jungle.
Nikiri looking at Natsat right here. Flash from Ornn. Ilawi, Nerves of Steel, still alive. Forced to flash out, but still safe, and this is all that
Yeah.
counts.
And either way, I mean, getting 1 kill here, to be honest, and this is kind of the issue about this double tank topside and why this Ilaoi pick is so good. Even if you get this kill, it shouldn't really matter that much. Because the Ilaoi is just going to be so dominant. And also, as soon as you have level 6 and a bit more items, even if you're a bit behind through a gank, you would still be very strong. But now it's just even worse because Sejuani lost a bit of time. Flash used on both sides, and this Ilaoi still kind of in a very similar spot, has a huge farm lead, and it's just gonna like slowly but surely become this annoying pick we know Ilaoi for. And there's another thing that right now is going very well with all of this, and Heiwa definitely not filled, they are up quite a bit in CS. I mean, there's a CS lead in mid lane, which is the most surprising for me, but also a huge top lane lead, which just gives them, like, just like that, with CS, a 500 gold lead on the board.
Right, right. And you don't see Karma with the CS lead as well. So Kale is really not at all behind Karma, which is kind of weird actually that she's able to keep up in this lane.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Really, really good for Heiwa. She
But yeah,
doesn't really care about this Karma running around her actually.
I mean, this kind of also the issues. Like Karma can push a lot and everything, but she doesn't have like this big one-shot burst. She has
Right.
burst, obviously, but that's the issue. It's burst without a lot of damage. So this Kale can just chill in lane, can just let even the wave push in, can heal up with a W and scale. And that's exactly what you want to do. Even better if you get a CS lead, which just puts Ragnar 4 Games under so much pressure because they're getting outscaled, and with Sejuani still having flash down right now, that makes you even safer on mid lane because you know, even if Sejuani is gonna show up, what is she gonna do without flash?
Right, and there's an angle for On here. He's looking for a kill, but Lau
Oh,
gets him just barely knocked up, but still landing this W, landing the
yeah.
Qs. Too much healing.
Well, greeting for the
Unfortunate.
plate though. You need to use that Rico window. Oh no.
We're
Well,
greeting
that's
for a
not
plate, it's worth.
Yes, but actually no assist at least, and on bot side they're getting the dragon very safely. So overall, still a very massive win because that on is suffering so much. But yeah, that plate not necessarily that worth it. You want to crash the wave, don't get the plate because you're gonna give up a kill with Sejuani top side. But so. This is also something to keep the game exciting, to be honest, because else at this point it would get really boring because Ragnar 4 Games, they are already falling behind by 500 gold, and a kill of Sejuani, honestly, for entertainment value. Very, very good news. Next on the menu are grubs, so if they get those as well, additional very good news to just take them away, especially from Heiwa, because
Very patient
I
wait
actually
here. Even a
expected them.
TP behind the Kale.
Ooh.
She has flash, she has ult, shouldn't die here. But
Sure, yeah.
still...
Oh, the
Okay,
flash.
flash. Unfortunately, a little bit failed. Leads to her death.
Yeah.
Ornn just really staying in a bot lane, doesn't really care about the oppressive lane of Caitlyn Zyra, so their oppressiveness doesn't really do anything here.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, blue team is getting free grubs and a kill.
This is something I really liked about Ragnar 4 Games that really speaks for them, is they're making some very good calls. They're doing some really like good team play decisions. So for example the swap, and yet again how they set up. They set up well around grubs. Lilium is face checking alone, gets killed, nets them another kill, and now they're denying grubs from the Kale Ilaoi split push lanes, which is huge.
Allow a leap of faith used. Kind of too brave, I think. Sever forced to flash. Okay, and that's just a kill. That's just a kill from Maokai.
Yeah, and and almost another kill on bot lane, but Lau is able to get out with the 0 out HP. I think it was like 10 or something. Crazy, but on surviving here. But yeah, that's of course a bit of an overstep here by XLE. And again, a bit of bad news because any kill Heiwa is taking at this moment of the game helps them to just scale in. Ilaoi right now, 1-1-1, 30 CS lead over the on. At least grabs the knight. Grabs the knight, as I already said, very huge. But now we're looking at the next targets, which is gonna be dragons, gonna be hells, and 2 minutes we have the dragons, which is still a long time away, but Ragnar 4 Games, I mean, if they don't want to get outscaled, they really need to get the next dragon fast, because they already are a dragon behind, which kind of dooms them in that regard. So let's see if they can take that one. And I mean, with the karma pressure right now still happening, that should be quite doable.
Azara is caught by E, flashes away right before Nikiri uses ultimate. Caitlyn, no flash, only cleanses. Seraphim's ultimate and it will be safe for now. Zyra forced to use ultimate as well.
Ooh.
And Nikiri doesn't find the kill. Doesn't find the kill. Minute 30 to Drake, so she will be up for it, but we won't have any useful ultimate. We don't have Seraphine ulti, Sivir ulti, Sejuani ulti. No Zyra ulti as well, but Maokai will have hers up for the fight.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, very well played here by the side of Heiwa again. I mean, just mechanically. Good cleanse, and then also the quick answer, Zyra ult, nicely placed just to give them the space to get out of this situation, barely alive. And then we have Maokai joining, knocking Nikiri into kill range. And with this, they are getting that feat of strength stack. And you look at top lane right now, and this is just the thing about it. Okay, to be fair, right now Illaoi is out of mana. It could give them a window, but ganking a tank lane also not really the greatest idea either. Right now this Ornn just keeps on suffering. The turret is gonna get chipped down, so getting that first blood turret is just a matter of time on that top lane, which should net them the feat of strength.
Yeah, and right now, gold is almost even. Maokai and Sejuani have all the kills actually. I didn't even notice that both utility junglers actually have all the gold stacked up on them.
But yeah, to be honest, right now the champs of Heiwa, well, would be nice if they have gold, but right now what they really need is levels, and they continue hitting those important spikes. Kale very close to level 11, so right now might be the best chance to maybe even force a fight and win it on the side of R4G.
Oh, but Karma's a little lost. No one shielded her from the Caitlyn shot, so she will fall. And Nikiri suddenly finding her alone. Even Encore from Seraphine doesn't help it. Sivir is forced to leave, and the Drake will be in the red hands.
Yeah, this was actually, I mean, the first things first were like nicely set up, but in the end they kind of forgot, and this is something that commonly happens to teams, just forgetting about the flank coming in from behind. But with this, and the gold gap just widens, and that for scaling comp, however, doing a really good job at punishing the Drake. That's the second Drake, 2 Drakes away from actually getting that solo. Herald now spawning in a minute, so I expect them now to hit the recall button and play for that as well. There's the first turret. I was talking about 2. That was just a matter of time, which also hands the feat of strength over to Heiwa, which comes in very handy for the Herald. Although Nettie gotta care here because, well, Jenny should care, but I think she's not gonna get killed. Never mind, she's out of mana. She might get killed.
She still has ulti, she still has flash, but little to no mana, and misses her E, so now she's a useless champion. Unfortunately, she's the same as Zoe in that regard. You miss her E, and you're useless. So she is forced to flash and escape, but lives another day.
Yep, and the reason why Nettie should have been careful there is because there could have been a potential swap. She didn't know that Sivir and Seraphine were not pathing one side. That said, because it didn't happen, Illaoi is still fairly safe, but being out of mana, almost get killed. So Flash now down, important summoner spell. Herald now spawning, and both teams are kinda still playing it very slow. No swaps incoming, they just keep playing the game and lanes as it is. But oh, Kama gets
a little bit of trouble. Maokai trying to flash and find the kill, but instead finds Ornn.
Ooh, nice flash.
We don't see what's there, but we see Sejuani. Beautiful Encore from Seraphine catches Saphira as she will be forced to go down. Caitlyn trying to deal some damage with autos, but doesn't the quota.
Yeah, very nice pick, very important pick to keep the game close enough to still have your shots at winning this. Herald for now has been ignored, but as I say, this Maokai finally starting it up. And Lilium hit a really important timer, or like an important milestone as well, with the level 11 on Kale, giving her so much more power. Also, is very close to finishing. The Carl 2 has the Nash has finished, and we have the Swifties as well here. It's gonna go even harder with the upgraded boots. So in this Kale, it's gonna be so hard to actually catch. As Yushia overstaying here should
But
get
not hard to
killed
catch
by
as
the
Caitlyn.
Sejuani.
Yeah. She has to burn cleanse. She will have to burn flesh, but it's not enough. Nikiri doesn't care.
Should
She
be
just
dead.
goes in
Yeah.
the turret. They
She's
pay
at
for
tank
it
power,
with
so
Herald.
yeah.
It's fair price.
I mean, this is actually a moment where, especially because Drake is spawning, you kind of just accept you overstep, you don't use your summoners, but you did, and now in the end it also means Cleanse and Flash are down, especially Flash is down, which makes her a target to focus on for the side of Regnum 4 games, and considering that the engage options are not that big, and they rely on a very precise engage, having flashes down on a Caitlyn is actually very huge.
Right, and I'm surprised that Sivir is still on bot lane and they haven't swapped with Karma yet. Especially that it's minute 17 and they really want to fight for this prior mid lane. Which Karma cannot really establish anymore.
Yeah. Oh. Low.
Yeah, she just
700 golds. Yeah.
does what she pleases.
Yeah. I mean, this is just
Wundaway.
so unplayable. The double tank top side becomes very hard to play. That Illaoi is just tearing down turret after turret. And yeah, I mean, that's like I said, that's like the damage is just missing. How are you gonna deal with the Illaoi, especially this fat?
Well, you don't, you just ignore her the way they are doing. They're just leaving Lauch to suffer alone.
Yeah, but at some point she's gonna be at your base, and what are you gonna do then?
Well, you have to go for the enemy base at the same time.
True.
That's the only way
Smart,
it works.
smart.
You either contest, either face it head on, or you just ignore the problem, hope it works. Right now we
Yeah,
see almost yeah 4k gold difference. I wanted to say almost 5, but it's changed. Now it's not almost 5. 4k gold difference for the red team. But everything seems to be in Ilaoi, right? She has 2 items
Yeah.
already. I'm a little bit surprised with the first Ornn item, actually. When you're playing into Ilaoi, wouldn't you go for armor? But at the same time, they're using the opportunity of no summoners on Caitlyn.
Yeah.
And at the same time, this Ornn is dragged all the time.
I mean, very nice that you do all of this, but yeah, the pressure to have this Illaoi there and the Kale actually just mowing them down too much.
Yeah, Ilaoi just runs them down. Nikiri has no escape. Karma has no escape. Ornn trying to ult. Call of the Forge God won't do anything, unfortunately, because of the divine intervention from Kale. And they'll just take 2 kills and leave. And the gold difference is getting higher and higher. It's 5k now. With the Drake, it will be even more.
And it kind of also shows the difference like in damage profile, because on the side of Regnum 4 games you really have a lot of damage with the Seraphya, so you want to play around her. In this case on Heiwa side you have Caitlyn dying, you're like, huh, you just shrug. It's like, yeah, but we have Kayle and Illaoi, who cares about our AD carry?
Right, and you still have Zyra, who even if she dies, she just uses all spells, pushes all her buttons, deals a lot of amount of damage. Especially that she has her first item now.
Yeah.
Oh, and there is just attack on starting at Atakan, and the blue team doesn't even know, I think.
Yeah,
they have no idea.
don't think they do. And it's all the control just on the side of Heiwa, and they know it. They just take that Atakan uncontested. 3 Drakes, Atakan, in a few minutes, or like, I mean, still 4 minutes. Baron is gonna spawn, and Soul is gonna spawn. In the meantime, Ragnar Games, they're doing the best they can with the control they have, and are taking this turret to collect the bounty. But
Oh, they're
what
trying
is
to
that
find
really gonna
Ilaoi,
do?
but Ilaoi hit her E, has a good leap of faith, will be stunned many times. Will she go down? Finally! Shutdown goes to Seraphya. And this will be the end of the... Red team doesn't really want to go in after this incident. Especially that there's no Kayle, no Ilaoi.
Yeah, gives them some breathing room on the side of Ragnar Games. Really important, but it's like, it is a big question. Is this gonna be breathing room or just delaying the inevitable? Right now, at least they're finding angles. That gives them some hope. Let's see if they can continue doing that, because these are the picks they need to look for. And with On and Sejuani, and also the Seraphine Anchor follow-up, they have tools to get onto targets. It's then also about obviously killing them, especially killing them fast enough. So let's see if they manage to do that. Because like, I think right now your primary target, especially with Kayle finishing that item, is gonna be her. Use everything on Kayle. Honestly, normally you wanna focus on the AD carry, but honestly, Yushia right here, she's kind of just a bait. I'm not gonna lie. She is good bit behind. She has 0 kills as well. She's 70 CS behind to her teammate in Lilium, who's a Kayle, who's hard scaling, who's about to reach level 16 as well. Perma split pushing. That is your target. You need to take that Kayle down.
Yes, and with Karma on, you don't really have anyone to match Kayle. Not anyone to match Ilaoi either, but Kayle is a bigger problem, I think, especially that she just has a free sideline. And there's 2 minutes until Drake and until Soul for the red team, and 2 minutes until Baron. So we will see an interesting situation in a minute.
Yeah.
Kayle just hits the tower for free. No one can really do anything about this.
This is kind of the tough thing. And I'm not sure if Heiwa just like generally likes to draft like this. I mean, I know it's like champs, they for sure like to play. But, or if this was kind of their prep, they were realizing Ragnar 4 games, they kind of drafted the same way among all games. I think they had Kama mid every single game. And they had, I think, a tank top in every single game. And
Right.
even Sejuani is like the pick Nikiri likes to go for. And that lacks one thing, and that is really like the damage. And also side lane threats, like these 2 things actually. So
Oh
as long
my
as you
God.
pick strong side laners, you're very happy,
Oh.
and that tentacle just slaps on to death. Wow.
Yoran just can't escape, even so far away. So they're looking for the angle on Ilaoi. She should go down without ultimate. She has flash, but there's no flashing away from this. She goes down finally, but there's still a threat in the bot side where there's Kayle.
Yeah.
They have really no way of dividing their team into like equal parts to deal with any problem at any given moment. They either have to all go to Ilaoi or all go to Kayle.
Yeah, exactly. And if you get this one kill on, you are putting so much pressure on the map, because Lilium was able to just crash another wave, get this pressure down, and as soon as you have pushed wave, that means you have control over the enemy jungle, and with objectives spawning soon, with Soul spawning soon, and that's, by the way, huge Soul. Cloud Soul to have more movement speed after ulting, and like general movement speed even, massive. But
Okay, but
maybe
good
by the
encore, good Glacier Prison, looking for Zyra, she will be found. Caitlyn trying to kite back, waiting for her Kayle, waiting for her Maokai. She knows no fear, goes forward. They are just running at the enemy team, but will not find action.
The kind of issue is that I think a pick on Zara here is not gonna be enough, and they realize it themselves. They are just getting forced out here because Kayle is just so strong, and now you have no tools to get onto this Kayle because you just used to kill the Zyra, which means that is Soul for Heiwa, and just a matter of time till they take down the Baron. Ragnar 4 Games, they're gonna do the same thing as they did before, but this time they might get caught out on mid lane.
Yeah, but look at this, Kayle is just running at 4 people. She knows no fear here in this situation. Forced to use Divine Intervention. Now she's really vulnerable. Will go down after a TP from Ornn. Right after will go Zyra without flash, without anything. Blue team is finding the picks here, finding the Maokai, finding the Zyra, finding the Kayle.
Ooh, and Maokai is
That's
gonna go
enough
down, but look
damage.
at top lane. Illaoi is just tearing down the base
A
already,
good glitch
usually
of prison.
overstepping. But has both sums. And you kind of have to get the Baron here, but with Ornn dying, this is very, very bad news, because now you might not get that Baron, and Illaoi is still pushing.
Oh, Lawi is just gonna end the game if this ends like this.
Yeah, and Yusha doing a
and
really, really good
Sivir
job,
gets
even
the
gets
shot.
the Sivir. To just buy time for Illaoi to keep on pushing. Very well played here.
Very unlucky that the Sivir died, because they might have been looking for the turret, for the inhib. But unfortunately, one shot. They were kind of hesitant, I think. Like, Sejuani wanted to leave, Sivir wanted to go in. Seraphine just stands in the middle, not really knowing which one to follow. We've seen this hesitation that led them to doom, kind of. And now there's burn up, and blue team has no real opportunity to fight for it. No vision, no control over their own jungle.
Yeah, but it's also the thing about this pressure that Illaoi is adding on the other side of the map is when you're pushing in, like, you need to be perfect on your decision, and you're like, do you want to go back, do you want to take off the low, do you want to do Baron, do you want to push? It seems like everything you do is just wrong, as at least now they find this one pick, but does it really matter, because Baron is already down, and this might be Heiwa finally closing out the game very soon.
With Marai ulti connection to Sejuani, she will have a hard time leaving this situation. Encore from Seraphine, really just for disengage, but this will not save them as the red team chases them down. Gets their turret probably. This might be the end of the game. With Kayle TP, level 16, free items, upgraded boots. That's too much damage. That's too much damage, especially with such a huge wave on top lane. Jesus.
Yeah, that one is massive. Yeah, they need a long time to clear, and they're using
they're
the
just
window to
running it down.
engage.
Engage from Ornn, but isn't enough. Kayle just runs them down. No hesitation.
Well, Inhib is also gonna fall here, but I think they will be looking for the end here. They know they are strong. Kayle is level 7 team already. Wow,
there is an attempt, but Sejuani will go down, and so will Ornn. Yeah, Illaoi Caitlyn just running it down. The red team just really likes to run into the nets.
Yeah.
This will be the end, and Heiwa's victory in this match.
Very well deserved victory, and it kind of already showed in draft. It was very, very hard of a draft to deal with for Ragnar 4 games, and I think that's one key thing, because there's always something about best of ones, you know, like, it's also about who sometimes draft can really heavily fall in someone's favor. Sometimes you might not think about certain draft scenarios as much, and you need to get exposed, because Regnum 4 games, they can still be happy with the result. They are still going to be second place now, which means they're going to be directly into quarterfinals, while Heiwa already managed to get the ticket to semifinals with this win. But at least you got exposed in group stage, and you have things to fix for your best of 3. So they're going to play next tomorrow at 14 o'clock for the best of 3. But don't go anywhere. We still have more games, because we still have Group B going on. Group A is just finished earlier because they had a team less. But yeah, finishing that thought, this is something that they have been showing the whole day. Karma mid lane, tank top lane, tank jungle, which means no damage outside of your AD carry. Yunara was gone, which makes it even worse. And then you really have this one carry to rely on to deal damage. And if enemy has strong split push, you're kind of doomed. So they can aim to fix that now for tomorrow, and it might still be a chance for them, you know, to, with this fix, to get better draft in the playoff stage, where we also will have best of threes coming in. But as I said, we're not done yet. We still have Group B to play, and actually still our even afterwards, after round 5, our decider matches.
Yes, so it was a really good run for Regnum. I think they're really happy with how this turned out. Of course, this could have been the last win, but I think they're happy. They know what they have to improve on. And for the fourth round in the group B, we've seen that Disability won, Pakmiko won, which means we have two ties now: Disability and Black Lions, which will face which will face each other in round 5, breaking the tie because both are 3-0. The other match will be Pakmiko Esports into Seraphya, which both of are 1-2, also a tie. So there will be no tiebreakers after this. I don't know if you guys unhappy because we will not hear our beautiful voices anymore. You will get a dessert break. We will get a dessert break. And for now, another break. Welcome back again after our last break. Now we're ready to see the fifth game. So it's Disability Pride Gaming into Black Lion. They're both 3-0, so we're gonna see a tiebreaker right now. Both teams, really good performance so far. We've seen their games before. And moving on to draft, because it's already in motion, we see Mel first pick, which is quite interesting, and I think it's just a battle for the champion actually.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I personally think there's ways to easily counter the champ, especially more like after the nerfs. When it was OP, maybe still easy to build around it because the champ was just broken. But now I think you just want to have a high range comp or hard engage comp, or maybe even both on Black Line. And yeah, they're already aiming for the Jarvan, which is gonna be that kind of easy engage and even high pressure champ. Because there's one thing that Mel still lacks a bit, and it's like really, really high range. So Jarvan has a really easy time to engage, and with Sivir, who have a very safe bot laner too, with a lot of tools to, kind of just wave clear, help with engaged champions to just run in, giving the movement speed with on the hunt as well.
Right, and as a Mel player myself, I've seen Jarvan pick into me many times. I know the trauma. I wish Mel luck. So for now, I think they should just go for more anti-Mel picks, which
Yeah.
should be fairly easy. Like I see Ambessa in Starry's
Ooh,
temple,
true, true, true.
so Ambessa would be really good here.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, I think you have the great angle for you here already with the German pick as well, and also a very safe bot lane pick, which even allows you to play around the Ambassador, and the fat Ambassador is nothing fun to deal with at all. One thing though, oh, and we have Twitch, nice.
Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
that's kind of cool because it's kind of adds something to the draft. If you all focus on Mel and Twitch comes in and camouflage, like positioning the right way when you already used all in you engage and just did so much damage. That could be very annoying. And I also like the Xinjiao pick as an answer because they're realizing, I mean, Xinjiao generally strong jungler, but his big role a lot of times is actually also to be kind of like an 80 threat with some damage, but also still having disengage and safety tools, which kind of gives him this tankiness as well and allows Mel to stay safer because he can ult out a Jarvan when he attempts to engage.
Right, and I'm very happy actually to see many new picks here in the draft already. We have Twitch, we have Akali, which hasn't been picked yet. So finally, maybe we'll have a little break from control mage situation in the mid lane scaling situation. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll see a little bit more action with 2v2s, mid lane jungler duos. Like we predicted, Ambessa, Fiora banned really quickly. And there's a fight for Lulu, of course. Between Sivir and Twitch, you want to have the Lulu.
Yeah. Yeah, you wanna pick that one away, especially if you don't feel like you have room to ban it yourself and you already have engaged tools. Kari theoretically also still a champ to flex. Although I think it's more likely to go mid lane here. But let's see what are we cooking up on top lane. I mean, that also gives good angles to the split push because this is something they might not be able to deal with as well either. I like the Nami answer generally, but we might be in a situation. Actually, by the way, the just to quickly make sure because the names on the screen are not correct. It is Disability Pride Gaming against Black Lion. But you can just lock in a really, really hard scaling champ that's going to be insanely hard to kill, and it's going to be very annoying in the side lane, and maybe even in a team fight in this case, because you have a Vladimir. And now you have strong split push, you have strong scaling on red side, and with this actually quite a strong draft. But at the same time, I think this is not really like a one-sided draft. I still think there's a lot of angles with Mel, the annoying Twitch, and also Xin Zhao and On having tools to either engage or disengage. You have a lot of angles on blue side as well. And it's all about who plays out their draft and their style better.
Right, I agree. Looking at the red side, I have a strong like solo queue vibe from Vladimir Akali especially, which I'm really interested in how they are going to execute this draft. I think I've never seen actually Vladimir in a competitive, and I've been playing for some time myself. So I'm really, really curious.
Yeah. I mean, Vladimir, one of these annoying, strong matchups you can see him in is also. I think this is the perfect tournament for it, to be honest. To pull it out when teams maybe are a bit more chaotic or when you have more your pocket picks because it becomes increasingly hard to deal with champs that actually could be strong in less coordinated teams. And I think Vladimir is one of those champs. Twitch actually can be also one of those champs. So let's see how this is gonna turn out. I'm really excited to see that as well. But typically into On, like On can't do anything because On can never kill Vladimir. Because even if you have a good trade, normally Vladimir should be able to always heal up into On, getting free Qs off over and over and over again. So very interesting drafts we have cooked up here, and now it's all about execution. We should get into the game fairly soon. They still need to head into draft in the lobby and all that. So maybe we can still have a quick look at what else is going on. I mean, first thing that's going on after this game is we are not going to be done yet. This might be the final game of group stage, and yes, we might have no tiebreakers, but there are still decider games between these teams or well, not between these teams specifically, between teams of the groups. The third place is going to play the fourth place of the other group to get into this kind of like the really like the big playoff stage where you actually have a double elimination bracket. Because if you lose that one, you're out. If you win that one, you're going to get into quarterfinals against another second place team, and you're also going to have the comfort of still allowing yourself to be able to lose one more game to get into um, the double elimination part of the bracket. Actually, wait, am I wrong?
I don't know. I just trust you.
I'm looking at this. Maybe it's actually not like this. Wait, give me a second.
On this stream, we might be lying, or we might
Yeah,
not
we
be.
might be
Who
lying.
knows?
No, I'm not sure. No, it's still a single elimination with I mean, there's like a double elimination part, but if I understand it right, it's kind of just there to. Huh. And yeah, okay. So if you lose, it's kind of like in Clash. You are definitely not be able. You're not able to get first place anymore, but you're still competing. Okay, got it. So I was lying the whole time. Wait, even more. Wait, fifth place team is not out. They're still playing quarterfinals. Oh, okay. Huh.
Also, you're a liar.
Yeah, I'm a liar. I mean, I guess because it's also a tournament, it's kind of like fun and also like giving a good experience. I think it's always nice to have more games. Kind of getting into the competitive spirit. But yeah, I misunderstood the bracket. Well, okay, I didn't misunderstand the bracket. I didn't look specifically enough. My bad.
All right, so as we are waiting for the games to start, this is gonna be an even game. As both
Yeah.
teams are 3-0, both teams we've seen good performance on. Uh, so let's bet. Who do you think will win?
Ooh. I'm gonna go with Black Line because I think that's also one of my they are one of my favorites to win the whole tournament. Like I think it's gonna be Black Line against Heiwa, definitely not filled in the finals. So I'm going with them.
Okay, so just for the countermeasure, I'm gonna say the Civility Fight Gaming. Especially that. Oh wait, I can't because there's Alakamita and Black Lion, and she's my friend. Can we
Did you?
swap?
No.
Okay. I'm just hoping both teams do their best, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed for Ala in the jungle for Black Lion. A little personal touch.
Well, we are waiting for spectator delay. We're just about to be over, and then we finally head into the game. Gonna be a fun one. Anytime now. Anytime soon.
Anytime now.
Right? It's good. Anytime.
We can bet on something else if you want. Because if we're
Mm,
divided between the who's gonna win,
who's
we
gonna get
can.
first blood?
Okay, but I was thinking game time.
Okay.
Exact
Game time.
game time. Yes,
Okay.
exact game. Looking at the
Huh.
champs, I'm saying 35 minutes and 14 seconds. And I'm writing that down. That's my
Okay.
guess. You can guess in the chat. The winner gets a handshake if you come to my city in Poland.
Crazy. Uh,
Crazy.
uh, well, I will say 27 minutes and 13 seconds.
Okay.
I
I've
think they're
written
gonna
both of
end
them
with
down.
Baron. Like Black Lion's gonna
Poker?
end with Baron.
Bold assumption. Bold assumption. We're gonna see as soon as we load in.
Anytime now. Well, elevator music would go really hard here. Anytime now. Someone is having a toaster as a PC or something. Oh, let's go.
Oh,
We
and
are in
we're
game.
finally in.
Woo! Oh, already. Interesting starts here from Sivir. That's directly going to Cal. I don't care. Going Cal. Which means that they actually, and this is something about Twitch though, especially with the camouflage, you can find all-in angles here as the Twitch. I'm not speaking about those, but they already are cheesing. Oh my god.
Oh, they're looking
That's
at the Jarvan.
disgusting.
Ala in really bad spot. Maybe force to flash. Maybe, just maybe.
Should be fine, right? I mean, they don't have.
Okay.
Okay,
Force the
flash force.
flash.
That's big. That's big. And then Jarvan without flash already much less pressure to because you now you rely on hitting the combo and you can't cheat your way like through like not hitting the combo and then flashing afterwards to still
Right.
hit it anyway. But yeah, what I was gonna say before the cheese happened, there's burst angles for Twitch, you know, like looking for the camouflage, especially with Nami, and then just going for the like all in. And with Sivir really just going Cull directly, that also means there's some effective HP missing. Generally, or like HP missing, I mean, not even effective HP, just factual HP, which might make it a bit harder for you. And also, already big electrocute trade from Eevee here.
Right, and we can see that again, both junglers are puffing to bot lane. But without the flash on Jarvan, she's not really such a threat as she could be.
Yeah.
Especially with the kind of a scaling exciting bot lane on Sivir Lulu. I think the bottom crab will be blue sides. Yeah, they can't really come close to the wave. Just forced on the
Yeah.
tower.
It's just very hard to deal with. That said, I don't think they actually are weak siding that bot lane. Yes, they have Sivir Lulu, but if Vladimir is actually very happy and fine on its own to just scale, so you can just leave the Vladimir at that. I don't think you also have like I mean, you could look for a gank to be fair top lane, but Jarvan's passing bot lane anyway to maybe get like this early jump start for Vladimir, which makes the lane even harder for On. But even without it, Starry should be super fine here, and is already bullying, yeah, On here, already building up a CS lead.
Yeah, since the draft, like mid lane, top lane don't have to blind pick on the red side, so we have two winning lanes, and we will see that throughout the early game. Like Akali doesn't even leave the room to breathe for this Mal. Same with Vladimir on top. No matter how hard Ornn tries to fight back, Vladimir just kills it up. So the only
Yeah,
option is
indeed.
playing for bot here, actually. Like you just said,
Ooh.
Lulu has to use Sums now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Has to use Flash, has to use Heal.
But he
Twitch,
might be
no Flash as
overstepping.
well.
It's a lot of minions that Twitch is tanking.
And it's the first blood for Sivir 1v2 in the end. That's a really good kill. Really good kill for them.
Yeah, indeed. Was it actually... Oh, never mind. I think nothing told this.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh! Oh!
Oh!
Oh!
Oh no, Sana, no!
Oh, Sana saw the angle, but oh.
Oh, wow. Well, that's frustrating.
Well, that's bad. That's really bad. With
Yeah, that's
Sivir
really
that
bad.
got cool and shouldn't have any early power, any early advantage. She just got 2 kills for free.
But it didn't the same happen in the other game we already casted
Yes.
for
Yeah.
them. Like, yeah, that was the same thing. Like, enemy went all in, and it's kind of the thing. Like, if you look at, for example, Knochentruppe, I think Knochentruppe is not the highest rank. Wait, let me double check that. Yeah, it's gold, and we have a platform support. So you might think you can play really aggressive into them, because it also happened in the previous game. But you still kind of gotta respect the normal rules, like of how to play out the lane, and it feels like they just overstepped. Knochentruppe found the angle, and then you're tanking a full minion wave, and you can turn it around. And then obviously Sana also dying under turret, investing flash as well. Makes it even rougher. Now that Sivir, massive. And that, while everything on top lane is just kind of playing out quietly, where Vladimir is already building up such a massive CS lead, being up double in CS already this early into the game. And this is a scaling pick. This is where On should still be, like, On will suffer, but shouldn't be that behind either.
Yeah, we see Sana going into the bot lane. Lulu with no escape probably will fall down. Good, really good bubble from Nami. And it's a first kill for Twitch, actually. What you said earlier about ranks, there's a saying. I mean, I think it's obvious that ranks don't play. Many people don't agree with that, but how I understand it is just that a different color in your rank doesn't give you more damage. It's
Yeah,
just
that's true.
a case of skill and using your spells more correct
Yeah.
and stuff. But still, rank doesn't play. So if you misplay like this, if you run into the tower, well, you are going to die no matter what.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of the thing. You can't get cocky. You can't just go for like plays. Most of the time, like the way you're gonna get your rank is by doing like better decision making around,
Of course.
like playing the waves, playing objectives, maybe not even getting caught that much. These kind of details. So yeah, as you said, it doesn't give you more damage. It doesn't mean you can all in like this. Nevertheless, though, even though this all happened, in this case, Knontulpe is still struggling a bit in this lane. Well, not only Knontulpe, but also Ariel on that Lulu got caught out. Maybe also a bit of an overstep when Sana was there, but at least they are getting the push here, they're getting the dragon, but we're also getting closer to that grub spawn. And yet again, interesting, because we had a lot of times, actually, and maybe this is intentional here because Starry is so strong, but we had a lot of times teams that actually want grubs, not swapping for them, and teams that kind of only want to deny grubs, they are actively swapping for them. But in this case, actually, never mind. I think this is intentional.
Mm.
So Starry is just very strong. Lulu is moving top side. Sivir can just safely wave clear on bot side, and they're gonna fight for the scrubs anyways. And that would be massive for Black Lion. I think if they get those, they're already in a very good spot. But Akali and Vladimir, who are definitely also good, not only gonna look to team fight a lot, but also split push a lot, they're gonna be very, very annoying with those.
Right, and Red Side's bot lane still looking for their ultimates. Twitch already level 6, Nami soon to follow. Jarvan hitting 6 right before I spoke. And they might be looking for Mel here. Maybe not yet. And they're getting sandwiched by Twitch and Nami, by the way. This might turn into a really bad situation. Lulu barely has her flash. She'll be able to burn it again. Okay, that's a good disengage and a good engage from Jarvan. Trying to find that kill. She does, and she flashes away. Mel not able to find the kill, not able to find the execution.
Oh, that was very brave, but also very well played from Alakamita. So being able to get out of this, that is crazy. And yeah, Sana really having two unfortunate deaths, because that could have been kills as well. So that's actually crazy. Very well played here though. Another kill going out to back line, and that just adds insult to injury, helping them to get an even further advantage, while this Akali, Vladimir, and even the Sivir, they're all scaling very well into this game. Grubs now, untouched, on the table. Who's gonna go for it? Do we have someone going for it soon? Sana still on bot side, now passing towards top side, while Twitch keeps pressuring the top side. Lulu now back on top side as well. Jarvan on top side. I think we're gonna have a Grubs fight very, very soon. But right now, the priority might be on the Twitch Nami. They're overstepping quite a bit.
I would say you need to move this on to grabs if you wanna take those. If you wanna contest, you need to push this wave and tip, you know? Or at
Yeah,
least just move.
I agree. I think this is very key. It's like a very key objective to deny. And right now, first grab goes over. The second one is key to deny for feats.
Okay, good
Actually, you get a kill.
wave from Nami there. Jarvan, bad spot, will die, will fall down, and it's gonna be 2 grabs for the blue team. Even without the Ornn coming, they still just took the enemy down. Vladimir not really able to do anything here.
Well, they might still try. That's
Akali
also
tipping in.
CP after
Blue
we
team
killed
doesn't
that
have
man.
any resources. Xin is really burst down.
Oh,
Just two
yeah.
assassins running down the enemy team. Akali bursting, which really big damage. Nami forced to flash, but will pull down right after Vladimir flashing well. Okay,
Yeah.
Vladimir and Akali just 2v3ing. Really huge burst.
Yeah, I mean,
And it's
this is
only
also
gonna get
something.
worse. They didn't even have their items if you look at the tab.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. I mean, this is kind of the you gotta respect, like, only because you have numbers advantage. I know most of the time numbers advantage means you have an advantage, but there's a lot of other things coming into play here, and I think Sana was disrespecting that a bit too much, because honestly, they had all like they could have just gone for that second grab, right? They could have just played for it very very easily. Also get the feed points towards like the objective stacks as well, which they dearly needed. But instead they're trying, like, she's walking in trying to go for a kill. Securing grabs here, like getting a second grab would have been huge. Now that goes over to Black Lion, which is bad because Akali and Vladimir are gonna make at least the night one, though. Gotta look at the positive side. But it's still bad because Akali and Vladimir, they are gonna be a menace later on. And you're giving the objectives to stack 2, dragon spawning in 10 seconds, and if Black Lion is gonna get that, they're also gonna get Feat of Strength on top of everything, while already scaling very well. Let's see if there's someone can find a pick with Twitch. The answer seems to be no. But I think we will have another fight breaking out fairly soon. Well, look at Starry though. Oh.
Yes, the Drake is up. We won't see Vladimir or Ornn during this fight. No TP on Ornn, no TP on Vladimir. And the red team can't really move through unless Jarvan finds an engage.
Huge bubble. Oh, that was
Huge
a very
tidal
nice bubble.
wave as well. Huge ulti from Jarvan, but there's no way that Sivir can dish out as much damage as she needs. But Akali is coming really quickly. Nami, no escape. Falls down as well as Xin, and it's 3-0. And also Frederick.
Yeah, I mean, it actually looked quite promising because there was a huge Nami bubble hitting Knochentuppe and Ariel. So they could have free hit Jordan, but this Sivir actually dealing a good amount of damage together with Jordan. There's a lot of AoE damage that kind of spreads out, but slowly but surely chip them down. So if you don't find the burst on either Jordan or Sivir or even Lulu, you kind of have no chance. That's exactly what happened. And flank came in from EV as well. And in the meantime, now Starry also cleaning up top lane. This is just falling apart in all places for Disability, Pride Gaming, and Black Lion. It really looks like they're gonna be the victor here. If this keeps going like this, let's see if Disability, Pride Gaming, if they still find ways. I mean, they still have a Twitch to be fair, which is fairly annoying. If they still find angles here to make use, especially of the Twitch. I think this is kind of what they need. They need to find, like, they need more items on Twitch and then find a pick of someone overstepping. This is like their chance back into the game. But his Twitch might also
Yes,
be
but the
dead.
red team won't give them that opportunity. Nami is gonna soon pull down. Twitch is gonna be safe, but at what cost? At what cost? Have almost 5k gold lead for the red team. No way of redeeming yourself in this game unless you feed your Twitch. Like you just said,
Yeah.
there's only one path to win, and it's feeding the Twitch, which is half an item behind. If Sivir now goes back to base, I think it's a whole item.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's 5-0 Sivir. And yet again, I mean, this is something Black Lion, obviously, I think either way, they were in a good spot with a general draft. But something happening yet again that they are underestimating Knochentuppe, and Knochentuppe is just snowballing out of it because they went too deep and were trying to bite off more than they can chew. So now with this, it's like your best chance of winning us through bot lane. Yeah, kind of almost disappeared. But for now, I hope Disability Pride Gaming, they kind of just, well, they're taking it a bit slow. You probably need to give up the turret on top lane and just accept that. And just look for angles where you can get some stuff back, like maybe the Herald, as they're doing that one. No, wait, no, never mind. They're not doing it. Black Lion is doing it. But maybe finding some bounties and some way getting the push. But to be honest, at the same time, Black Lion, they are making sure they're assigning the lanes correctly, that they're not getting into danger. It's also kind of hard for Dispelled Pride Gaming to really find picks as well with their comp. And that all might be that.
Or might be dead, and Mel might be dead. Everyone might be dead, actually. Maybe
Oh!
Kali's going for the Xin here.
Nah.
Xin backing her off, knocking her up with his ultimate. Will be safe for now. But it's still 6k gold difference. It's only getting bigger, and the blue team is getting more and more desperate. Ornn cannot ever leave topside because Vladimir will just run the turrets down, or if Ornn is there, run him down. Which is devastating. You have this Twitch path of winning, but how do you want to do it? If you don't have Ornn in teamfights, Mel is permanently stuck, glued to mid lane.
Yeah, indeed. And it's also kind of the issue on this Mel B1 and its weaknesses. Maybe. I don't know, we can see how Twitch can still maybe get back.
It's really far off. Lulu still has shields, still has heal. Sivir has her shield, has her ultimate. There's no way they're just exchanging flashes. Gives them really not that big of an advantage.
But it was, I mean, it was something, to be fair. I mean, they didn't get the kill in the end, but it was a lot of damage. So if you find this angle again, maybe small chance. Just kind of looking at winners to make this game not too one-sided. But right now, Black Lion is still playing it out very well. Playing at their limits. Starry is just, yeah, having fun on top lane. Push, push, push. That turret, I mean, that's gonna fall very soon. Like, even then, you know, Ornn can just watch. She's gonna run on the turrets to get them powered, Q, get a big heal, heal back up, Ornn can't deal damage, do that Vladimir ever, also has a huge amount of ability, has to just keep on healing on that Ornn. Yeah, but it's kind of tough. And no resources going into that Ornn too, so Starry can keep on pushing and probably will get that in the turret soon.
But at the same time, Xin is getting caught. Oh, and there's a Cataclysm from Jarvan coming out. Twitch is down, so our only hope is down. Nami is getting chased. Will be found. Great flash from Alakamita. Great finding on these kills. Will go down, unfortunately, but Akali goes even further, dashes into Mel, and finds the kill.
Yeah.
While Ornn is still being tortured on top lane.
I have the turret falling as well. But yeah, indeed, Alakamita with a very, very nice flash engage, setting up the rest of the team. And you can see all three carries, top, mid, and bot lane, on 5 kills, 0 deaths, just dominating their lane and their game. And very nice roamsy by Eevee as well. Third Drake is now up as well, so can take that one to make it even quicker. And yeah, I mean, I said 27 minutes, right? So we might be getting...
Might be, right.
Getting there.
We might be getting there. Alakamita and Ariel, jungler support of Black Lion, are literally just task women. They know their task is to keep their team safe, to go engage, to enable their team to deal massive damage. And that's exactly what Starry, Ivy, and Nohan Tulpa is doing. Am I reading that right?
Yeah. I mean...
What does it mean, by the way? Can you even say it?
Yeah, Knon stands for bones. I mean, it's kind of a weird name, to be honest. And Tulpa is tulip, so kind of just the bone tulip.
An original one, to be sure.
Yeah.
An original, as original as G Program Wireless, right? There's no beating Disability Fights Gaming mid laners nickname. That's my favorite. Really big fan. I'm not getting over it. That's gonna be a free attack on for the red team. Maybe a kill on Vladimir? Twitch has an angle here. There's an ultimate from Ornn. No pull from Vladimir. Nice try from Nami there. But will the damage be enough? Or yes, the damage will be enough. And the shutdown goes to Twitch. That's a lot of gold for a rat.
Yep, indeed. And that's a very big kill out of two reasons. First of all, the shutdown on exactly the right target. And second of all, that's a lot of major stacks gone.
Oh,
So
you're right.
that's even more.
You're right, that's a double win. But it's still 8k gold lead
Yeah.
for Black Lion.
Third
So-
dragon as well. Atakan went over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Disability Pride Gaming wants to see like a chance of winning, they have to repeat this, what they've just done, again and again and again.
Exactly. And it also was based on a mistake of Starry here. Or like
Right.
overestimating what she can do. So yeah, if she wants to have some fun, obviously she might do this one more time. But at the same time, she's going bot lane right now, and the more pressure she puts down bot lane means it relieves pressure on top lane if Disability Pride Gaming tries to deal with her, which also means they can just set up Vision and then take Baron in 3 minutes, all this and that. So yeah, tough one, tough one.
Oh, might it be a kill? Oh, okay, it is a kill.
Maybe a second.
And it's 2? Maybe, not really. Jarvan trying to escape, and there's a TP in from Akali. Will she find an escape, or will she find a kill? Or she will find hesitation. Xin trying to catch Jarvan with no avail. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Vladimir doing what Vladimirs do, so being annoying and no damage.
Yeah. I mean, good here by Eevee to not go in, since they had the Crescent Guard to deny her. She knew that, but at the same time, you don't really have to do much either. Yes, you might have Twitch picking up another kill, but at the same time, Starry just tearing down another inner turret, which also will make it a lot easier for her to tear down inner turrets or like putting pressure on that when they are going for the next objective. So, for example, now, depending on what Black Lion is going to prioritize, we have Baron and Dragon spawning around the same time, and Starry can just play for the other side. If Disability Pride Gaming overloads, Black Lion can just back off there, and Starry can decide to keep on pushing in. And if, for example, Disability Pride Gaming then decides, okay, we overloaded, like let's say top side, let's start at Baron, it's still going to be very hard because they're so behind. So right now, as long as Black Lion plays this out perfectly, as they seem to do at this moment, it is just impossible unless you find a really big Twitch pick. And it needs to result in minimum a double kill to make that happen. So let's see if they can. Twitch actually also has the Infinity Edge on upgrade, so that's at least something. That's gonna deal a lot of damage.
Right, and Akali doesn't have Zhonya's, so if they find Akali, they do really find her. It would be a great opportunity for Twitch to get this shutdown, to get shutdown from Sivir. We see no flash on Sivir as well. So maybe, just maybe, the damage that we've seen Twitch do is enough.
Oh,
Yeah, look at this damage, look at this damage. That's a good pick. Okay, Twitch is alive. Well,
but
not for long.
Akali.
Not for long. Akali
for
is
long.
looking. Akali is looking. She looked and she found Nami. She shouldn't go in anymore. Right. We have to be patient.
Yeah, but now Soul is spawning. And that's another
And
huge
Baron.
one.
And Baron.
Yep. But it's all much easier to take, so they probably prioritize that one. They're already moving towards bot lane. But that's Chemtech Soul, which makes it even worse, because very nice to, you know, like get the damage reduction the lower you are, which makes it even harder for Twitch to actually burst someone down, and that's what they are relying on. So this Soul is very, very nice for Black Lion here. They will be very happy about that one.
Yes, right now they have a straight path to victory. They shouldn't really overthink it, I think. Just go for Baron, go for push. You can even arm it at this point.
Indeed. Well, Vladimir keeps on pushing, and he is kind of like overload. They might get Scuttle through it though. That's gonna be very helpful. Getting Scuttle, kind of big, but now someone needs to answer bot lane very soon. Seems like it will be the Mel. I'm actually wondering if Vladimir would keep on pushing. But it looks like Starry is recalling here because, I mean, in the end, they don't have enough bot side control to really have the information. Okay, where are they? Because they could as well be just right now like recalling or grouping up to kill Starry. So she wants to take the safe recall. But I think she could, if she has the info on all positions of Disability Pride Gaming, if Mel is alone, I'm pretty sure she could just, run at her, especially with feats of strength. Boots as well, and having so many other ways to get like more movement speed, she could just run at her and kill her. But instead, she's grouping with her team, and they're gonna take that at Baron to make this end soon. Sadly, they're not gonna end this in 27 minutes and 13 seconds. Doesn't look like it.
We're getting closer to my guess. Each
Yeah,
minute that passes,
indeed,
even
indeed.
despite not participating in the tournament, I might win something today, guys. Let's go. Okay, but Akali with a really good flank, looking at Horn. Sivir ult pop, but there's not really anything happening. They're not risking it, they just want to go for the Baron. They have full control over this space. Yeah, I really like that they group finally with Vladimir. Lulu kind of in danger. They have to turn, red team has to turn. We see engage, big cataclysm from Jarvan. Really a lot of things happening at the same time. Many ults popped, but in the end, it will be Black Lion. Because the enemy team completely without even a chance. Twitch might
Yeah.
try something here. Oh,
Oh, DC. Lulu
oh,
DC. That's an
well,
unfortunate pause.
that's an unfortunate pause, yeah. For Twitch more than for Akali. You can just think about what you're doing.
Yeah, but I also think Evie might be the one who typed pause because she was kind of standing still and now getting hit by the Twitch. She might be that actually, but they have so much AoE damage with Vladimir ult and Sivir, like W. It really, really hurt, and yeah, it's even team fighting, like everything. It seems to kind of be impossible in this case. So. Again, just a matter of time. I think right after this one, they might just already start tearing down turrets, getting inhibs, getting Baron as well, and make this just a matter of time. Like, should end in a few minutes after the game is resolved.
You can actually get a look at the game. Pretty please.
I guess not. Ah, there we go.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I don't really see much. But
Yeah, just I think in a second.
oh,
Now,
thank you,
now we
thank
see.
you. Now we see. Yeah, so even like comparing the items, Twitch has more than Sivir, so she could be able to deal
Yeah,
enough damage to like end with one team fight, but still needs some peel, and I don't think Ornn will be able to provide that as the sole frontliner.
yeah, indeed. I mean, especially because the sort of black line is so fat that they might even not think of On as a frontline anymore. And then again,
Right.
On is not really the greatest frontline champ. It's nice to have a range engage, but when it comes to protecting your teammates, there are other champs to do a better job. I would say at this
Of
point, even
course.
Xin with the Crescent Guard has more ways to kind of block off the engage, but you can also only block off one thing, and then at some point, it's gonna come off cooldown again. So it needs to be everything on point. So you need to really just get the dream Twitch ult burst, take 2 carries down minimum to make that happen. And so far, they have also been struggling with this too. Also, Eevee Although Evie, I mean, looking at the screen as soon as this resumes, she might be dead, to be fair. So maybe, but there's also this there's the thing. It's kind of like look at this triangle here. If you look at the minimap, there's still a Vladimir right behind his body.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, Twitch has flash, so she might go for Akali, then Sivir, and then
yeah,
it's leaving for flash. We're giving you ideas. If you're listening to the stream, we're giving you ideas.
yeah. I wonder what's gonna happen here. I mean, Lulu seemed to have DC'd, so guess they're just waiting for her to return to get back into this game. Who knows when that's gonna be? Let's hope it's gonna be soon. Because after this one, we still have our decider games coming up. They're both played at the same time, or like maybe to even take a step back. Decider games. They are between the third and fourth place teams of each other's group. So it's gonna be like third place in Group A is Team Jinx, and fourth place in Group B is the Seraphya, so they're gonna play against each other, and then we have in on the other side of the in Group A again we have Team Y who got fourth place, and Park Miko on Group B who got third place. So they're gonna play each other, and that's gonna be a best of one, and the winners will make it into quarterfinals. So yeah, and the losers are still in it, but they can't play for that first place anymore. They're gonna drop a bracket below that, keep on playing, and actually they're gonna play against the fifth place team of today. Well, there's gonna be actually. I think streamer team is not even playing anymore. They couldn't attend today, so they're not playing. So I guess whoever gets to that game is just gonna skip one.
I actually have to ask production about something because the date for the decider match is 30th of December, which is in 2 weeks.
Yeah, true. It's a bit. Yeah, actually, in the bracket it says 30th December, 15 o'clock. Okay. Feels wrong. Feels wrong. Then we need some correction.
Oh, we just got info that game will unpause soon, so we will come back right to it.
Noise. Anyway, today obviously is just the start of this tournament, so make sure to drop a follow if you are not following yet. To come back tomorrow, 14 o'clock. It won't be us, but tournament will continue, and then the Saturday next week, if you bought before Christmas, there's gonna be even more. And is Twitch gonna get kills here? Actually, Eevee went down. Eevee went down.
Yes, Eevee went down. Almost 2 more, by the way.
Yeah.
Really close.
Yeah. I mean, this Twitch actually hurts. If this game wasn't, I mean, actually, and I was talking about the soul. If they didn't have soul, that would have been kills.
Yeah, true. Actually, you're actually right. I'm kind of surprised that Disability Pride Gaming still hasn't built any anti-heal into Vladimir, Akali, Sivir.
That's true. No.
Especially with Mel items, like she could just easily go for anti-heal right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's normally like in the current meta, it's often the AD carry who goes for it, but...
oh, they got it. They just got it. But it's too late, because Vladimir just overheals every damage.
Oh my. Well... Yeah, Twitch
well...
is... But, that Vladimir has 25 major stacks, huh?
Yeah, Star is a little bit unstoppable. Twitch is close in a cage with Jarvan. Will live for a second, but not long enough to kill Jarvan. This will be done by Mel. Xin is
actually
looking
massive,
for a
right?
kill here on Lulu, but not enough damage, not enough healing, not enough shields to live and to kill.
Yeah.
So the red team, Black Lion, will finally, I think, close up the
Yeah, we'll
game.
go for the end. For
Unless
sure.
Nami
I
does
mean,
a quadra here, right?
yeah.
Unless.
I mean, you need to be still a bit coordinate or just hit the turrets. Okay, to be fair. Nami can't step up. Never mind. No coordination needed. Well, Starry still is forcing off, actually killing her as well in the base. And that's it. Black Lion is gonna win. Not in 27 minutes and 13 seconds, but in 30 minutes. So
You were closer.
I was still closer. Nice. Let's go.
So I didn't win anything today, guys.
Nope. Alright.
Skittish.
That means Black Lion is going to be first place. We have Heiwa definitely not filled. First place on Group A, and Group B we have Black Lion. Then second place is going to be Regnum 4 Games in Group A and Disability Pride Gaming in Group B. So both of them can be really happy. They are in the upper playoff bracket. Second place make quarterfinals, and the first place make semifinals already. So they can be really, really happy because with first place, they already secured their ticket to a top 4 placement, but obviously they are gonna aim for that first place. And to be honest, looking at the games today, it really looks like the final next Saturday. I mean, tomorrow we still have more games. We also have games. We have a look at it. Tomorrow we're gonna find out if it really is gonna be like that, but it very much looks like Heiwa definitely not filled and Black Lion are gonna be fighting each other in the finals. But maybe we can see some surprises. But game's not over yet. We have one more best of one to come, and it's between Seraphya and Team Jinx, while also Pakmiko Esports and Team Y, they're gonna fight it off at the same time. To see whoever makes it into the upper bracket as the last 2 teams.
Yeah, so for now, thank you guys for watching. See you in a few minutes. And now we'll see you to break.
Alright, welcome back for the final game of the day. We're actually with 2 teams we haven't casted yet. Team Seraphya against Team Jinx. 2 teams we missed out on due to, I mean, it's kind of like very, very hard to cast all teams with the format when they are playing simultaneously. So we kind of lucked into this matchup to make sure we actually covered each team today. It's very nice. Yeah, well, with me is not Beastille anymore, who had to leave, but instead our producer and our caster Quincy. And we are gonna cover this game to find out who's gonna be the final team entering the upper bracket stage.
Yeah, we will find out very soon. We have Team Seraphya on the blue side and Team Jinx, I think, on the red side. And yeah, let's wait and see who will come out on top of this one. I know Seraphya for a long time, actually. She was coaching on Playing Ducks in 2020 when I was there as their caster. And yeah, this is actually probably the first time I actually cast a game of her playing, because I remember like back in the old days, before I was even starting casting, she was actually a year L1, year L2 level German league player, and that time I missed as a caster. So now it's time for me to catch up, I guess, again.
Yeah, let's see how she's gonna do with the rest of the team, because in the end, obviously, there's always like very big elo differences, and it's gonna be very interesting how they can actually well, either make use of their teammates to empower the carries, or maybe even target weaknesses, or maybe we sometimes also have some very surprises of players where like elo-wise they don't look too great, but they are still popping off. But in this case, she actually has the Victor pick, which is right now her most played champ in solo queue. So
Correction, actually, she
very
doesn't.
happy to see that.
She's on Smolder. The Victor is bot lane. It's Victor Nami bot lane. They also
Oh,
specified as such
well.
in the lobby, which maybe you missed, but I didn't. Either way, what I did
Interesting.
in fact miss
Very
is
interesting.
some production error, actually. Still have the wrong team for them. What kind of short tag should we use for Seraphya?
Well, I guess you
SRA?
can just.
Probably right.
Yeah, I guess. I guess that.
Just do it together.
should
I
work.
mean, that's kind of the downside of having the producer also casting, which is a rare side, of course, but no problem for me, of course. So, either way, enemy team. Let's just go with not JNX. That's the top laner from Eintracht Spandau. It's Jinx. 4 letter tags are okay. Yeah, either way, let's talk about the comms actually. There's a lot of scaling on Seraphya's side, right? Smolder and Sign is 2 infinity scalers, and the Victor as well, which is not an infinity scaler, but also a very great late game scaling champion with the Glow's evolution passive going around. And the other side, I mean, they have the Yone for the side lane, the Ashe for the not the best late game hyper carry damage, of course, but she's also very decent in providing vision, providing slows, providing stunts with the global pressure from the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. And of course, a lot of guaranteed lockdown with the Malzahar, Nether Grasp, and such.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, with like Yon, Ashe, Malzahar, you have a lot of pick potential, also the Nautilus. So even though you have a lot of scaling, especially with the Smolder, you still gotta be careful about not getting picked off. And also, if it's like with it being Victor bot lane, that would mean you're probably gonna run teleport on that Smolder and not cleanse, which might actually be suboptimal in this specific case, because into Ashe you really would like to have cleanse. Yes, okay, you can't cleanse the Malzahar ult. That's one thing, but first of all, you would need to step in range. But getting hit by an Ashe arrow, yeah, that could as well happen. And if you then had cleanse, you could just walk it off. So let's see.
I mean, that's probably the smartest logic in this case is just don't get hit, lol. That's what I assume. Just
Yeah,
never step
exactly.
in range of the
Just
Malzahar
do
ultimate for sure. And about the Ashe arrows that could come from anywhere on the map, yeah, just be good. Just sidestep it. Maybe in the worst case, you have to flash it or use the flap to get out of it. So let's wait and see how she will mechanically be able to avoid all these threats that are coming towards her. I mean, the Fate Seal from the Yone as well. Like, if the Yone ever attacks the Smolder is probably having a very bad time.
Yeah, indeed. All right.
Oh, yeah, can already go into game soon. Let me fix a few issues. And did I accidentally press pause? Maybe I did. Whatever. We will go over there in just 1 sec. There we are. I hope the sound levels are fine, because I just now spontaneously put in my own mic, and it could be a tad louder or lower than Joshua's mic. So give me feedback on it. I will try to make it onto a appropriate level, of course.
Alright, very interesting here. How the Victor bot lane plays out. I mean, there's something when players are ready to cook, but I would have really expected that one to go mid lane. I mean, out of several reasons. Like, first of all, Smolder having cleanse with it would be really nice. And second of all, Victor is the most played champ from Seraphya right now, so just the big comfort. But at the same time, that's probably also exactly what Team Jinx thought, so they got baited into this one.
I mean, is it a bait or is it just confidence? Is what we will see in the next minutes. I would assume so. And here we see Seraphya getting a first stack already. So it's over, right? I mean, Smaller got a free stack.
True,
Basically,
true.
basically
Silly,
can forfeit the
silly.
game. Anyway, what we didn't touch on was the Morgana jungle, right? It's a very strong clearing jungler. That's what I would assume.
Yeah.
And against the Wukong, who has a lot of strength in skirmishes, but actually struggles very much early on, I would say, because he kind of has to power farm until level 6, but he is not a good power farmer, and he's not a good early ganker as well, unless he just finds a very good skirmish where the enemy probably started it. So
Yeah.
that's something that Shasha has to be careful around.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Morgana is just gonna power farm here, and with Wukong's weak early levels, that's something Morgana is very strong into. Also, on top of that, the Black Shield. I mean, I already covered, okay, there's no cleanse, but at least there's a Black Shield. So as long as Morgana is in range of the Smaller, you have some more ways to cover it, and they are really relying on having either the Ashe ult hitting or like Nautilus CC hitting. And if you Black Shield one of those, especially if it's the Ashe Arrow, that's like a huge cooldown, and it's gonna make fights much easier.
Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, there are so many threats on towards the Smolder or the Victor, but there's also the Morgana that can easily negate one of those at least. And the rest is, of course, depending on the mechanical prowess of the carries on Seraphia's side. What I also think is a bit false advertisement is that Team Jinx, in fact, did not pick Jinx. Was it banned?
Yeah,
Did we
that's
miss
true.
this?
I'm not sure. Wait, let me check.
Yeah, we have the drafter. We can actually easily check it.
No, it wasn't banned. GG.
That's unfortunate.
spam.
I'm very angry about it.
But I think Team Y, Team Y also didn't pick Y, so very disappointing.
Yes, but the crimes of the one team shouldn't justify the ones of the other team, right?
True. I mean, they're both guilty.
Actually, let me take advantage of one thing. Since I'm also the producer, I can easily check Smolder stacks and Victor stacks for us. Smolder is at 19 already. So the 25 spike is coming in quite quick. Yeah, if you want to see gold or anything, just tell me. I mean, I'm the one clicking it. Oh, and here's
flash forward! That's a kill.
Oh, very well played by Seraphya. Using it offensively so early, and Smolder should not get a solo kill in lane that early at least.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, normally this should be a very chill lane for both sides, but Seraphya here, I mean, with this early kill, that's gonna be a very, very dangerous Smolder already.
Also, in general, it's probably a very good pick against Malzahar, right? You constantly play in a different range level than Malzahar wants to operate in, and the Voidlings should also be collectible for the smaller stacks.
Yeah, they give you stacks.
Yeah.
So,
very rough lane for
Gabosh.
Gabosh.
Very nice pick.
Gabosh might just get relegated to become an ultimate bot later on, and hopefully won't cancel the Malzahar ultimate.
Indeed. Oh, that would be already an up on Kate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, with this as well, though, that means you can rely more on Ashe and Yone to deal damage, and it's also another issue with like the damage profile. If Malzahar also falls behind on top of that, Malzahar is kind of like your only big magic damage. I mean, Yone adds some too. Well, actually, still a fair amount of damage of Yone's damage.
Yeah, I think they're
magic
probably
damage.
fine. I mean, the only real tank is a Sign as well, and you will focus him last anyway, so depending on the situation, I think the damage split is probably not that big of an issue. It could become one if the Malzahar is like going very, very behind, and to be fair, currently it's looking like that is the case. But if Yone's magic damage and to the 2 damage part that's also in this kit, it's kind of fake 2 damage, I know, but it's still there. And with Cyan probably, while being a meat shield in the fights, it just depends on whether Smolder or Victor can get exploded in the fights or if they can't.
Yeah, that's true. That's for sure true. But it will be great steel caps for Cyan, who already naturally is very, very tanky.
Oh, Seraphya's just styling. Didn't even use Marm.
Crazy. I mean, this is really rough.
Yeah.
Hey, Smolder this fat this early on, and it's gonna keep going. Also bot lane right now that I mean, Victor so far is actually doing really well. It's gonna catch some more minions because there's a bigger wave pushing in.
It's getting hooked now though. A lot of weight just focus damage coming in, he's ignited, but there's also a Morgana coming around the corner that could prevent more from happening here, and she does. Red side bot lane. is pulling away. And also one thing that we need to talk about, or what we can't talk about right now, is the engage is coming in, dredge line connected, but that's too deep. There's still 2v3, and blue team claims the feat of warfare. First kill from Mimi on the Victor, and plus 20 stacks.
Yeah, and that's just seems to be a game that's going out of hand. I mean, the one more thing that's going to be interesting to see if they win this game now. We have Seraphya actually being the 4th place team in Group B, the only one against the eSport. Very interested to see how the other side, like how the other game then also will be going. If Pakmiko, because Pakmiko, if they are playing Team Y, which is place below Team Jinx, they're gonna win it as well. That means Group B probably generally was a bit stronger than Group A, even though we obviously had a disqualification. Mimi here though has to flash out, and well, I don't think they can really effectively freeze the wave because Mimi still has the teleport.
I mean,
You
Ash
can
has
force
Frost
it out
Shot.
though, at least.
Yes, she has Frost Shot. He must be able to freeze it, right? It just makes thematically sense. Either way, stopping the joking. Here's Yone getting Fate Sealed, and he gets out. Devastating charge was already charged by Cyan. Or Decimating Smash, I would say. And Morgana was not able to lock him down there, which is surprising to me. And another thing I want to talk about is towards the damage split argument we had earlier. The Wukong does have the Crushing Blow, which is an armor shred ability. As we see Seraphya going in with Marm. And this Ozuka going out with the Flash. But one thing I want to talk about, which you didn't address at all, the Ashe item build. It's Hail of Blades Ashe with the Muramana item build, so it's like a poke Ashe, which might become a problem later on towards the DPS. So it's actually a lot of setup just for the top side of Wukong Yone to deal the necessary DPS.
Yeah, that's true. And Wukong, to be fair, also doesn't really have that highest damage either, so yeah, it might be really problematic. But at the same time, they're gonna look for kind of burst setups. So if they find that one, your intention is to actually burst with the Hail of Blades, so there might be a possibility.
There's a late black shield because Maobi wasn't in range, but Seraphya still gets out and didn't need to flash himself, despite it was a flash engaged by the side of Garbosh. So Seraphya wins out once again.
I think they're just feeling the pressure right now, so they're making like very desperate plays because they know like this Smolder is gonna just get stronger and stronger. Already 2-0, 20 CS up, and the more the Smolder's gonna stack, the scary just gonna get, especially when you just have to execute. And Mimi here also pulling down the damage.
She's just fighting in the turret.
Coming up here.
No respect. Barrier also used by the Ashe from Amipu. Maomi might be caught, but she still has Soul Shackles, and I think she's fine. There's also the Blast Plant in the area to escape. There's still like the Malefic Visions damage, but it's enough to escape. Now Cyan, War of the Slayer hits. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the Q fully charged.
That should be kill.
Could be kill. Yeah. Soul Furnace is on, but the shield actually got deleted by the Void Links, but it's still enough. Kazawa with the kill 4-0. It's looking like a Stomp right now, and I don't want to curse it, of course.
Indeed.
Actually, I hope I curse it. I want to see a tense game.
But also funny detail, like while Wukong was chasing the Morgana laid on the W, which the Void Grubs were the final Void Grub was walking into, and got killed by it. Which means Seraphya actually got all 3 Void Grubs, while Morgana was actually just running away. Which is obviously very big when you are this fat already.
It's a disaster.
Because they can keep hitting.
But that's one thing, that's like the glimmer of hope maybe. Ozuka on the Yone, and as I say that, she takes another turret shot and gets so killed. 30 CS up, but now down 2 kills. I gotta say that this probably doesn't matter for the 1v1 matchup. The Yone eventually will just beat the Cyan straight up. As soon as he has like Blade of the Wood King, she will just lifesteal more than the Cyan deals damage. And then, if she doesn't into the turret, she will just kill him. Or just take the turret in front of him.
For sure. But still, this is gonna delay it a bit because Cyan is gonna get a bit tankier, and you really are under pressure here with Victor and Smolder having this much success. We see the all-in here, but that's quickly delayed with the bubble. Yeah, it was very nice to just cancel that out completely, and Ashe can do nothing here in this matchup yet again. Victor can keep poking out.
Oh, Seraphya casting the Marm to get the sustain back. Get a chunk back. So ult for ult trade. I think Seraphya's fine with that one. As Kazawa It's a Cyan Q, but now it's getting chunked yet again. We talked about it, right? The Cyan is getting tankier and fighting in the wave before the Yone has lifesteal might be difficult for him. This is actually an all-in window for the Cyan, I would say. That's
For
Yone,
sure, but
the shield.
oh, the shield.
This is so
The
close.
shield.
Ah, he gets it.
Big shot.
Snaps back
And
just in time to deny the glowy and death return kill.
Yeah. But this is gonna be for sure an issue. And now that Yon finds the shutdown, you can't ignore that Yon forever. Yes, your smolder might stack up and everything, but if Yon's gonna become very strong in the side lane, that might be really like the anchor for Team Jinx to come back. Because split pushers, we've seen it today already, they can create so much pressure, and not even just by the pushing itself, but also the mental pressure of knowing, hey, if I don't do something soon, we are actually gonna lose our base. And if this is gonna keep on happening, Yon is gonna keep on pushing, taking on turret after turret. This could get very scary for Seraphya, so let's see how they will deal with it as Yone becomes stronger and stronger as well. At the same time, obviously, the other way around, that Smolder is also stacking and stacking. Victor now also having a Rod of Ages, so that's going to be hard to verse the Victor. Your really big target should always be that Smolder. And yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's a bit like a
actually,
cross-map
how many
matchup,
stacks?
right? Who is the Cyan or the Smolder?
Smolder.
Smolder is on 139 already. It's very
Oh,
far.
that is
and
actually.
and it's a cross-map matchup, right? It's Ozuka's Yone against everything else from the side of Team Seraphya.
Yeah.
Which is a Victor
Yeah,
that's starting to scale, a Smolder that's starting to scale, and Kazawa just needs to lose slowlier than the rest of her map is winning. And I think Cyan is the
Indeed.
ideal champion for that almost. Oh, the flash into the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, Cyclone coming out, but there's a tidal wave to disengage it, but is it enough? There's a lot of swath shots coming out from Amy, and that's Shasha with the kill to Mimi.
Yeah, and that's the flash backwards when it should have been diagonally to dodge that arrow, but I think she also didn't really see that one coming. So very nice arrow here to secure another kill, to just give some time. Seraphia here now keeps on pushing out the Malta, even forcing the flash, but now she might be in danger. It's gonna get engaged on, but 2 minutes, there's no one to really follow up on this one, and this might backfire. Wukong now hit with the Dark Binding, almost going down. In the end, forced out. 2 flashes used here, 2 more flashes because Malta already flashed in mid lane. So that's 3 flashes down, and there's no way you are gonna take this, this dragon in the end. So that's gonna go over to Team Seraphia.
Team Seraphia takes the dragon, has the dragon in the team, and now also gains 5 more minutes potentially for the Smolder scaling. I gotta say though, they probably do not even need that anyway, as Seraphia is already so strongly accelerated this game. And I want to talk more about Kazawa and the Cyan for this Yone matchup. She probably can't win that matchup anyway, she just has to lose slower. And now she's on the Sunfire cape already. Like, Cyan is the ideal champion to deny like a Yone in this sense. Like, Cyan is always useful to some extent, but as he is so tanky, he still, despite dying, has the glowy and death passive to be annoying somewhere. The Sunfire Cape AoE damage is even better for her. Sunfire Cape as an item is a bit of a joke right now, which is kind of unfortunate, because it's just a worse version of the MR version of the item, which name doesn't come up from it. But now it's Hollow Radiance, right? It must be Hollow Radiance, because Unending Despair is the magic damage item. What I would maybe suggest she could do differently is maybe go for the Bramble Vest early just to deny the Yone lifesteal a bit more, as the Yone just now complete display of the Wound King, but this might just be her next item anyway, as Seraphia gets found in the Herald Pit, but who's finding whom? Mom is coming out, Shasha is super low, Seraphia with the third kill, the Fate Sealed not hitting, Seraphia flashing offensively into Garbosh, who still doesn't have its flash, and there's the Unstoppable Onslaught coming out. Garbosh just gets one-tapped by the Cyan Shield, and now it's one Yone in the midst of 2 people, and he just has to walk out. But he did get the kill onto Manui and the Morgana at least, so it's just a 2-for-1.
Yeah, indeed. And, well, Smolder here though, with this fight, is also gonna keep on stacking up. We might even have a turret soon, so still a lot of good things. Yeah, there's the turret. For Seraphia coming through, that's a feat upgrade. Which actually is gonna make it even worse, because that makes it so much easier for Cyan to deal with Yon having that upgrade available to get like a physical damage shield later on too, on top of everything else, the huge tankiness, the shield, probably even the anti-heal that Sign is gonna be built, and then they just generally wave clear with the decimating smash. So there's so many ways where Yon is just gonna still struggle to do more than like a Smolder will do once all the stacks came through to get the execution.
Yeah. I mean, she probably just goes for the Bubble West first, but let's think about the skirmish first. As Seraphya and Manui together are going for the Wukong, and they're getting him with very little resistance. No flash up, no Cyclone used for movement speed, and you don't want to use it defensively for sure. Cyclone is an offensive ultimate. Nozuka tries the best. Oh, gets the Fate sealed into the flash prediction, and now another Q, and the very late sign ult, which looks kind of funny. But makes sure that Kazawa escapes here.
Yeah, indeed.
Can she clear the wave?
Maybe Yon can. Yon might get the kill here. Nope, that was
Morgana's coming.
not it.
The auto observer is padding away, so that means there will be no kill. As there's a 3-minute delay, the observer has enough time to know whether the kill happens or not. But you are a coach, right? And I want to actually tie into this. Is another solo kill from Seraphya. That was the execute sound already, right? Is she already in execute range? She is. It's 17 minutes into the game.
Crazy. That is crazy. That's actually crazy. Wow.
Okay, so Kazawa went base and shopped and spent her money on Giant's Belt plus the Null Magic Mantle. You as a coach, what would you recommend her buying first? Like the Steel Caps upgrade or the Bramble Vest? Or is she going a different route that's also justifiable? I go Bramble first, right?
Good question. I mean, that's the thing if you want to go Bramble. I mean, maybe actually still the shield might be better. I mean, I personally am not sure about numbers. I don't look into that stuff that detail. It's probably more for like an analyst to do.
Fair point.
But to be honest, it's depends on whoever, like whatever denies more.
Either way, Uzuka in the 1v2 gets a kill into Seraphya, main character for now. But Uzuka wants to be the main character herself. Tries to bite into the sign and lifesteal as much as possible, but Morgana shows up, so it's becoming more of a problem. Uzuka goes down, the Herald is getting casted, and Seraphya, the general, goes down, but for a huge price.
Yeah, but anyway, it's more about like what's like you prioritize. I would say Bramble's generally with the healing being so important. I'd say it's still prioritize Bramble, and also generally I think boots upgrades especially are very nice when you get to like a second item point. Then again, Bramble West is very nice to sit on, but upgrading Bramble
probably not
West
worth,
is not really the most insane thing. So you probably
Arcane Storm flashing onto Malza and getting it, just running it down with the Nami together. And Gabosh goes down for a 6th time. Not her best game of the day, I would assume.
Yeah.
As the tier 2 turret on the top lane also fell, but at least one consolation prize in the bot lane tier 1 turret that Amy Pep on the Ashe was getting.
Yeah, true. I mean, that actually what's very, very disgusting is this combo. Like Nami Victor with the Nami
Shasha trying a shot onto the Nami. Double Cyclone proc, and Dumpis Dog just goes down. Shasha with the kill. Can Shasha escape is the question. He must have used all the spells offensively, so it will be a tough task. And with Seraphya arriving, it's not an issue at all for her to clean up her 6th kill of the game.
Yeah, and well, that was definitely not worth it. 1-for-1 trade, but jungle going down means it's a free dragon. I think she thought like maybe the Nami is just alone. Maybe it was just setting up vision and didn't expect the victor there, and that's the result of it.
Seraphya gets never got into the turret where Seraphya L and the Ashe Arrow steals the kill, but actually that's a good thing, I would argue. The Malzahar is 06, 07 anyway.
Yeah.
If it's 1-7, probably whatever. And the Ashe actually makes something with that gold, getting more lethality with the cheap items on, and getting quicker towards the Muamana. Here we see a Fate Sealed missed. But can Osaka fight this? Flashing into the face of the Victor, and she's 3 levels down onto the Yone. But the turret is also dealing a lot of damage. Mini goes down in the 1v2, and Yone has a lot of lifesteal, we know that. Fights an army that close to the turret. Will she go for the 1v2? She looks like she will. Nami flashing out. And Yone just keeps applying pressure. The Yone is getting scary.
Yeah, Seraphya's team, including Seraphya, right now doing mistakes. I mean, I think Seraphya had like 2 very unnecessary deaths, to be honest. And you really just find like scaling up. Gotta kill back
Seraphya
at
here to
least.
talking shit.
Yes,
You're right. The second death
scaling
especially
up.
was not necessary, I would argue.
Yeah, that one especially. I mean, first one it seemed like she just underestimated the damage, but second one was just kind of like, yeah, let's
Greedy.
dive. Woo.
Yeah.
But yeah, because right now you can just snowball it from objectives. Okay, you only got second Drake, so you're still far away from Soul, but as the game keeps on going, I think Science still should have a fine time dealing with the Yon in side lane, and as long as you understand can't do too much in side lane yet, you should always be able to have access to like the next dragons, to also Atakan if they're on the other side, and so on and so on. So, yeah. That could come back to bite them, but at the same time also are now getting caught.
Garbosh gets caught by Cyan, or is he the one catching actually? As a Cyan is now in the midst of 5 people where he usually wants to be. There's no return fire coming out. The Ash Arrow also denying the Nami any kind of follow-up as the tidal wave comes out, but it's actually Morgana that got hooked there. My bad on this one. And the Malzahar goes down, but so does the Cyan. It's a 1-for-1 at the Atakan, and nobody dares to start this objective, which is something that I would recommend.
Yeah. But Seraphia wasn't even there the whole time, so good for Team Jinx to just have this 1-for-1 trade, be happy, but we also are seeing how tanky that Cyan is, because you already have a lot of armor, which is like your main damage is really physical damage, and on top of that you have the Unending Despair, which adds extra healing as well. You have the upgraded boots. All of this makes it very, very tough, to be honest. And I mean, to be fair, I actually like Unending Despair Rush. I wasn't thinking about this one, but yeah, I think it's fine to like skip the Bramble Blast, because all you want is kind of like survive. You're not looking to kill the Yon, so you don't really care if the Yon lifesteals, as long as you can answer enough, heal enough as well, and with Unending Despair you're gonna get some healing, also for team fights, which is very useful. A bit of magic resist, which is not too bad to have into Yon as well, and even Malzahar. So yeah, it's very, very helpful here.
They probably also don't want to put Kazawa alone against Yone anymore, so just for the team fights she's itemizing for. And we just now saw in the team fight, it was already, I would say, a suboptimal team fight position for them, and she still survived for so long, right?
Yeah, indeed.
Usually you would want her tanking while her backline is already dealing damage, and that was the case here. The Fate Seal's coming out, paired with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. That's a dead Mimi, I would assume so, and yes, where she goes down. Smart pickup by Ozuka.
Yeah, indeed. Very, very nice to punish the overstep, giving them breathing room as well. I mean, they still have good chances to win, especially if they can shut down the Smolder. And then still have enough damage to deal out. Although it's gonna be very hard to deal with that sign. We already saw it in the last fight. And you can't just completely ignore the sign. The sign is still dealing a lot of damage. But any kill you take here, more important it would be if it would be right before Dragon, because it makes it easier to pick up, and it seems like for now they couldn't really turn this pick into any deep vision. So we're kinda looking at that next Dragon spawning in 30 seconds and how teams are gonna group up for it. Well, actually, interestingly enough, they're not grouping up for it.
Yeah, if they are grouping up for it, because they probably want the Yone in the side lane, right? He's a very strong champion, and he's also very fat in this game, but he's not like the best team fighter. I mean, of course, there are also like highlight plays of like Yones that actually deal amazing damage in team fights and just snap back and everything is fine for them. But against a team with Morgana with Zonias, and a Nami that can stop her, a Victor that can interrupt the channel for a few seconds at least, or a few milliseconds. Not really relevant in the Yone matchup specifically, but it's still like very hard to fight against all these area control, I would say, what Morgana, Nami, and Victor bring to the table.
Yeah.
See, we see the Cyan together with the rest of the team just catching out Fiona before the fight even starts. And so there might not even be a fight. This might just be the third Drake for Team Seraphya.
Yep. Another Drake going over. Unless somehow some miracle happens, but as they engage, I think you just cut back and kill them all. And that's exactly what's gonna happen. Huge cleanup by Seraphya. Triple kill for that Smolder. The execute coming through. Mimi now chasing down the Ash as well.
Wow, the Death Ray also coming out.
That one. Yeah.
That's a kill. It's a full 5 for 0 ace. delayed ace, of course, but it's the Drake and the Atakan going the way of Team Seraphya. And I actually wonder if I can even criticize Team Jinx for it, because they had to try something, right? It looked kind of stupid, of course, and
Yeah,
it ended horribly, but if they don't go for this play, I mean, they need to pull the trigger eventually, right?
yeah, indeed. And this Smolder is already very disgusting, has the full stacks, but well, not full stacks, keep stacking, but the stacks for the execute.
It's level 18 already.
I mean, oh my god. Hey, that's actually crazy. But yeah, if you do nothing, you're just gonna slowly bleed out. Now it might be a bit faster, but if you somehow get a really good engage, maybe you can still do something. Could have potentially still waited. Just said, okay, the third Drake is yours. Maybe wait for another timing where I still have the Nautilus, to be fair. But yeah, not trying anything at all, that would be the worst you can do at this point of the game. Even if you're probably gonna lose either way.
Yeah. Here we see Seraphya stealing some more Raptor stacks. Baron might just now be the focus of this team specifically, and of course for Team Jinx to prevent this Baron from going down too quickly or with too little resistance, as Shasha is getting some Crux stolen by Kazawa into Sign. I actually like what Kazawa is doing here. Like, she's losing very gracefully overall, I would say. Like, she's only down one level. Of course the Ata can't help for that one, as it basically gave her half a level. But compared this to the mid difference we see here, it's like barely an issue, I would say. Seraphya is feeling very confident here. And Shasha goes down very, very early here into the Baron pit. Actually gets a kill to dump his dog into Nami, but gets executed by Seraphya as Mimi takes care of two people with the Arcane Storm. Azuka goes in and actually secures a turret. How did he secure a turret? I don't know. Either way, he goes down to Seraphya as well as Amy does. And Garbosh is also in the midst of everyone. Triple kill for Seraphya. The Baron is down. 4 members are down. This might actually just already be the game.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, Yone was actually TPing in from hitting that inner turret in bot lane. That was the turret that fell.
Yeah.
But 40 seconds, or like now 20 seconds on Wukong, and even higher seconds on the rest of the team. They might as well end it with Baron right here, right there. And yeah, that, well, Nautilus can't really do anything. Really dominant game by Seraphya, especially, honestly. Like, that was a huge performance from that Smolder. 16 to completely
17.
obliterating Gabush. Well, 17 actually. Completely obliterating Gabush in a lane here. And if your Smolder is fed this early on already, that, of course, well, it's just disgusting, honestly. But a very, very nice performance by Seraphya. What can you do against a scaling Smolder? Already having such a massive early lead. Level 18 super early. I mean, 17 minutes in, we already had the stacks for Smolder to gain the execute. Massive performance. And with this, Seraphya, they might have been 4th place in Group B, but it was still enough to actually beat Team Jinx as the 3rd place in Group A, and with this be, well, one of the final 2 teams to make it to quarterfinals. And the other match actually finished as well, which was Pakmiko Esports, who also was Group B, who beat Team Y in Group A. So both teams of Group A failing to make this upper bracket. And with this, our final 2 teams to make it into the quarterfinals are Seraphya, who's gonna face, I think, Disability Pride Gaming. Something has changed just now. I don't know why, but Black Lion was 1st place. No, there's 2nd place for some reason in the bracket. But yeah, Seraphya is gonna face Disability Pride Gaming, and Regnum 4 Games is gonna face Pakmiko Esports.
Yeah,
and it's gonna happen tomorrow.
And yeah, all the games are happening tomorrow in the quarterfinals, of course. We will see that tomorrow at around 2 p.m. Just like today, basically. And I mean,
Yes.
I want to talk a little bit more about this game. Seraphya really was just the main character from minute 1, right? I kind of feel vindicated about this because I was already hyping up as the game was still in draft, and she really just delivered, right? I mean, the team is named after her, and after seeing this performance, I gotta say, rightfully so, right?
I mean, to be fair, she's also the captain, so that's probably also why. But yeah,
Yeah. But why is she the captain in the first place is what you gotta ask then, huh?
True.
He was also drafting the players, and it looks like she handpicked a team that really works well for her, right? With the top side kind of like being fine on sign duty, and the bot side
Indeed.
just together with her just hard carrying the team. Like, I mean, the Victor Nami bot, they worked great as well, but it was not just the Smolder. It was mostly the Smolder, but it was definitely not all of it.
Yeah, that's very, very true.
Yeah, and with that said, I think we are ready to head off into the night and see you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m. As we said. The games will continue, not with us two in front of the camera, with me behind the camera yet again. And are you on the other week?
Yeah, I'm back on next Saturday for the finals.
That's great. So you will not miss Josh for long. It will just be 1 week without him. I hope you can manage with that. And with that said, I want to give the last words of today over to you.
Yes, and again, thank you everyone for watching. It's always fun to cast and follow these tournaments. I think a lot of very nice team, like interesting team constellations, and honestly, just very unpredictable. Although that said, I was still predicting like Black Lion and Heiwa to be like the top two contenders, which so far stays true. But we also have seen that Group B has been, well, probably stronger than Group A generally, because both third and fourth place beat their opposition in Group A. So we are still in for interesting games tomorrow. So don't miss out on those ones. As Crinzy already said, we are, well, I will not be there. He will be there behind the camera, but we, as the tournament, are going to start 14 o'clock. So be there, follow the Twitch channel so you also see when it's going live. I don't know. As we said, see you back tomorrow.
Bye bye.